Hey, what's up guys? This is Axel, and today's video is going to be a double review. I'm going to review the TRN White Tiger, which is the IM you see on the left side, and we're going to take a look at the TRI Draco at the same time. I will start first with the review of the TRN White Tiger. So let's begin. So this is the carrying case that comes with it. As you can see, it's a white in color. It's a hard case. And when you open it, it has a few accessories. Oh man, a lot. You get a few options. It has a modular cable, so you get this detachable connector for the modular cable. And then you get 3 pairs of this clear ear tip that you see right here. Let me take that out of the way. And then you get a pair of black silicone ear tips, which is nice. And of course, you get one single pair of foam ear tips. And then we have tuning nozzles. It comes with one tuning nozzle pre-installed, and then you have these two. And if you notice, there's a difference in the length and the fit and comfort. This affects the fit and comfort as well. Like this short one is really comfortable, but this one will kind of like depend on your ears. For my ears, it kind of stood out sometimes unless I wore large ear tips, and then I had no issues with it. In terms of the IMs themselves, let me take them off. They come with this, I think this is like a QDC connector. I haven't seen one in like a really, really long time. I think the last IM I had was the Belon. It had that. And yeah, this is the IM. Yeah, the earpieces, how they look. This is going to be a personal taste kind of thing, you know, whether you like it or hate it. I think it looks like a zebra more than a white tiger. I've never seen a white tiger in real life, so I'm not going to comment. The cable is actually pretty nice. As you can see here, it has a good amount of thickness. It doesn't tangle. It feels very soft, and it has this protective material going on for it. And yeah, it has this modular cable, which you can remove. It's pretty strong, and it pops off. And then you can reinsert it again. So definitely the accessories package for the price is impressive, and I think that's great. And now let's talk about the sound. How does the TRN White Tiger sound? Well, it has 3 nozzles, and I will mention it like that. I will mention first the bass, because it's kind of like similar between the 3 nozzles. Man, this is one strong bass on an IM. This is a powerful, powerful bass response. This thing is thumping. And if you're looking for the slam and punch factor, you'll get it here. It's not even apologizing for it. This is like a strong bass response. Like bass heads, bass lovers, these people will love this. And it's way too much than my preference, but I found myself enjoying it. Because the bass itself is high quality, all right? It's detailed, it's textured, it has that strong punch slam factor to it. Keep in mind, this is a 2DD 1 planar IM, so, you know, these 2DDs are doing a lot. So as I said, the bass is strong, it's powerful, it's really punching and slamming. And I was listening, like, for example, to Billie Eilish Bad Guy, and oh my gosh, it's like boom, 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 boom. That's how it sounded to me. Very, very strong. And I've never seen that in the budget segment until now. But the bass is not really clean. Let me be clear about that, because we have some bass bleed going on into the lower mid-range, while when I hear it, it's not really that clear to me, but it's there, and I can feel that it covers some of the vocals, some of the thick instruments like the cello and so on. But for many people, I know they will like it because it adds some warmth to the lower mid-range, but still the mid-range maintains a lot of clarity, because the way the mid-range is tuned, it's tuned in a way actually that is very forward, depending on the nozzle you're using. And I tried the green nozzle. I will mention now the differences, because here are the differences mainly in the mid-range. The green nozzle is the stock nozzle. It comes pre-installed, and while this nozzle has the best detail, it has the best clarity, the best vocal clarity, the best instrument clarity, I found that it is just a bit too much for me in the mid-range. Like, it's not shouty, there's a clear difference, but it's just edgy. Like, it could be too much, it could be okay depending on the track. Like, for Billie Eilish, it was fine, you know, but for other, like, rock tracks and so on, it could get a bit too much for me. Or I feel that, yeah, this is way too much emphasis on the mid-range. So what I ended up doing, I experimented with other nozzles. The black nozzle, not my favorite. I tried the red nozzle, excuse me. I tried the red nozzle. And while this nozzle reduces a bit of detail, just slightly, and even the bass quality is not the best. The bass quality is the best with the green nozzle. I just find that it's my favorite because the mid-range now becomes a bit tame, and it's exactly what I want to hear. Forward, but without making me feel that it's too much, too energetic, too edgy, and so on. Still very forward. Great warmth, great fullness in the lower mid-range, and the female vocals sound great, you know. Overall, the vocals and the instruments sound very forward on all the nozzles, and I like them a lot with the red nozzles. As I said, it doesn't push the edge that much. And then we get on to the treble. Now, the planar treble has that planar quality to it, so it has that, you know, different quality of sound that you get from a dynamic driver. It sounds really like clear, defined, and very, very detailed. But at the same time, I felt, at least with the green nozzle, that I felt it could be emphasized a bit. There is a big difference between sibilance and emphasize, because it is never sibilant. The S letters sound fine. But I found my attention always grabbed with these high frequency sounds, and I find like the cymbal crashes are emphasized without being harsh, but emphasized. Even the sh sound, you know, like sh, I always find it, especially with the green nozzle, a bit emphasized. You know, even someone like doing like this, you kind of hear it more with the green nozzle. Now, the red nozzle took care of that a bit more, and I like it for that, but it's still emphasized, and maybe because it's a planar, it's already detailed, it's already clear, you know, so you kind of feel it. But other than that, it adds a sense of air, it adds a sense of detail that's amazing. In terms of technicalities, this is one impressive detailed IM. A lot of detail that you don't expect to see at this price. I will even include it, I will get this Delci to include a comparison with it, and I will compare it to the TRI at the end. Man, first of all, I think the Delci sounds warmer and more balanced, all right? The bass is not too much, but still excellent on the Delci, and the sub bass is amazing. But when we move on to the White Tiger, oh my gosh, man, this thing, literally on bass heavy tracks like Deadmau5, raising the volume, my ears were vibrating like that. Literally, that's what I was hearing with it. So the bass is way more on the White Tiger. So if you like more bass, if you like a subwoofer type of bass presentation, you're going to get it with the White Tiger. But overall, I kind of find myself preferring the Delci, and I'm being completely honest here. It's just the tonality is more balanced, and I'm a bass lover. And the Delci gives me that bass, gives me the more balanced tonality, gives me the better mid-range, gives me, like, you know, a smoother treble. Like, the Delci sounds smoother, more natural sounding. You know, the Delci is the natural sounding. But I have to say, it's not as detailed as the White Tiger. So if someone wants, like, a lot of bass, a lot of punch, a lot of slam in their music, and they want the most detail, you know, at the same time, at this price, I recommend the White Tiger, and you have like a few nozzles so that you can, you know, pick your preference and tune the sound the way you like. Plus, it comes with a modular cable, so that to me makes it, you know, an attractive option. But being completely honest, if I had to pick one of them, I will choose the Delci every time. Even though it's not as detailed and it doesn't have the same slam, but it sounds more natural, it sounds warm, it sounds smoother. It's the natural type of sound that I want to hear. So that is the review of the White Tiger. Let me get that out of the way, and let's start talking about the TRI Draco. This is the first IM I have tried from TRI. I have never listened to anything. I think there is the i3. I see people impressed by that, and I will like mention my description here. But first, let's look at the unboxing. We get a very nice case that's very small, very pocketable, could fit in your pocket. Like, look, I will compare it to the TRN, and you can see the size difference specifically here. Look and see how huge they are. And when we open, we kind of get a few ear tips. And I kind of like that. You get here 3 pairs of the silicone ear tip, and then you get 3 pairs of this white ear tips, and then you get another 3 sets of another white ear tip. And I have to say, for the price, I think this costs like $60. I think that's nice. Like, to see some, you know, 3 choices of ear tips at this price point is good. I like to see accessories provided with my IMs to get, you know, to make me feel that I'm getting what I'm paying for. Now, when it comes to the cable is nice as well, but it's on the thin side. Like, if you look at the cable of the TRN, you can see the difference. The cable of the White Tiger is definitely thicker and heavier at the same time. This cable feels light, but it's pliable, it's smooth, it's soft, and it doesn't tangle. You can see it just fits very easily in my hand, and I have no issues with it. Now, this one is 2-pin. It's not a QDC. Let me get them here. And this is the shell. I think it's a bit open back because when I played the music with it, like there is sound escaping, not actually from here, but from these openings. There is sound coming, and even if I like block the nozzle, there is sound coming from these parts. So that is something right there. Now, when we talk about the sound of the Draco, now I think the Draco is honestly impressive, like tonality-wise. Let me just take my time with my explanation. I think the Draco has a more agreeable tonality to it. Like it's very, very smooth. It sounds very, very smooth. But there are things going on for it that I want to like explain. First of all, the bass impact. Let's start with the sub bass. The sub bass rumble is a very gentle one. It doesn't rumble that much. So that's the first point I wanted to mention. Number two, while the bass is heavy, it doesn't give me that punch and slam factor. It's more of a smooth tonality. Like think about something very smooth, very relaxing, very mellow. And even the mid-range is tuned in a way that is amazing. Like it's not forward, like the White Tiger, for example. And it's not recessed either. It's just there, you know. And good detail, good separation, but nothing jumps at you, you know. Like things don't pop out, you know. You get that effect sometimes with other IMs where you feel the vocals pop. Like you get the exciting nature of the sound. And another thing, it's a bit warm in the sound signature. And there is some bass bleed that does cover some of the mid-range, the lower mid-range. It doesn't cover it like veil or anything, but it gives it a thick type of tonality. You kind of feel that things are a bit thick, a bit like strong. They have like a, you know, thick note weight. You know, there's a difference between a proper note weight and a thick note weight, and this one gets the thick note weight type of sound. And when we move on to the treble, this sounds a bit dark and tame. It doesn't give me like a lot of air, a lot of sparkle, a lot of shimmer. Like, as I said, it's a very smooth type of sound. And again, this also affects the detail. While I loved the tonality of the Draco so much, it's a very, very pleasing and enjoyable, relaxing tonality. And you can raise the volume and enjoy it to the max. But still, I felt that the air is not there. You know, the sparkle is not there. And even the level of detail, I have to say other IMs are more and better. And for example, if I bring on the Delci, I feel, again, the Delci is better. The Delci gets that strong punch in the bass, you know. It's still warm sounding, warm neutral, but it gives you that punch in the bass, and the rumble is strong in the sub bass. It gives you a bit of vocal clarity on the Delci, and it has a bit of treble extension as well, some air, while the Draco feels a bit tame or like slightly blunt in the way it has the treble. At least there is some treble, I want to emphasize that, but it's just in the background. The cymbal crashes are a bit in the background, and they don't have that, you know, splash, the sizzle, the air, the sparkle. Like they feel like a bit tamed, you know, like that's how I would describe it. Another thing is that level of technicalities. I feel that Delci is just very, very detailed compared to the Draco, you know. But definitely the Draco is the smooth sound, you know, the warm neutral sound. It gives you that, you know, mellow type of sound presentation, which you can enjoy and relax, and nothing jumps at you, nothing grabs your attention, nothing is just, you know, is just there, for a lack of better word. Now, when I compare the TRN, all right, let me put the White Tiger here. As I said, I prefer the tonality of the Draco a bit more than the White Tiger, but again, it's not perfect. It doesn't have the air that I get with the Delci. Like, I feel the Delci here is the most balanced option out of all the three. And like, you know, as I said, like if someone likes bass, they want a lot of bass in their music, and they want the most detail out of all these IMs, I think they will find it more in the White Tiger. It's just the bass is unapologetic, man. It's just, it's just, you know, it's a very strong bass response. And in terms of the detail, I find also the White Tiger is the most detailed. But these things are not everything. I think also tonality is very important, if not more important than the detail. And I feel that the Delci is just the most natural sound out of all the three. And it's the most balanced. Like the bass is not overwhelming, doesn't bleed that much into the mid-range. You get the vocal clarity, you get the, you know, some amount of treble presentation that you don't find in the Draco. And it's just, you know, a good all-rounder. Like the Delci still gets my recommendation. And if I compare the SimGod EW300, I feel the SimGod is also balanced, is also like detailed. It also has a strong punch and slam, but it's kind of different from the Draco and the White Tiger. Like these are like very different. The Tiger is for the bass and detail. It's still very, very detailed. It's much more detailed than the EW300. The EW300 is the pleasing tonality, the good sound, but vocals pop out more on the White Tiger. Let me tell you that. And the Draco, again, it cannot be compared because I feel the EW300 is more detailed, carries a bit more sub-bass rumble, carries a bit more punch in the bass, and it has a very, very good treble presentation. It has the incisiveness, the detail, the quality, and so on. And that's it, guys. That concludes my review of the White Tiger and the Draco. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel if you like my content, and until then, I will see you in the next one.